Hi, in this video we will build a strategy using SENSEX as our instrument, and we will build it on supertrend. So we will basically make a strategy using supertrend with SENSEX, and we will trade with SENSEX futures. Now you would ask me, why exactly SENSEX? Why not Nifty, Bank Nifty? They do the same thing. A couple of reasons. One is that what we want to trade in is basically futures. So when we are looking at futures, we could either do monthly futures or weekly futures. Sensex allows us the flexibility to use weekly futures and trade on a weekly basis with it. The same is not allowed by the monthly one. So let's say if I want to take an exposure for only 1 week or maybe 2 weeks, then I would have to calculate everything based on the synthetic values, which I don't want to do, and it makes it easier for me to do this in the Sensex weekly futures. Another thing that another benefit of using Sensex is that currently the margin requirement, so currently the quantity that you are trading with in Sensex is just 10 in quantity. So the margin required for trading in one particular lot of Sensex futures or options is lesser than that of what it would be for Nifty or Bank Nifty. Another benefit of Sensex is that, as per my knowledge, the charges that are levied by Sensex from the exchange end is cheaper, and cheaper charges is basically more profits for the trader at the end of the day. Along with that, liquidity has improved a lot since in the last 2-3 months for Sensex. A lot of brokers, a lot of traders are getting on board with Sensex. So these are some of the reasons why I think we can also consider Sensex trading along with our Nifty, Bank Nifty, given that it has a new expiry and all of that. So now let's get into the strategy building part. So in this strategy, what I'm doing is that I have Sensex that I've added out here along with a 5-minute time frame. So I'm checking my Sensex chart, and out here I've also overlaid super trend 10-3 and 7-1.5. Now I have used this because I like this, but you can choose any different time frame that you think is best for the period and factor. Now, if you notice out here, what tends to happen generally is that whenever, let's say, both these super trends, the slow moving super trend and the fast moving super trend, whenever they are of the same color, like you can see out here, when they change to the same color, which means when both are green, in that case there is a significantly large movement that happens. So if you see out here, they changed the color to green, and after that there was a significantly large movement that happened. However, whenever the color changes, where one, let's say the slow moving super trend is giving a red color, but the fast moving super trend is giving a green color, or vice versa, in that case, the movement is generally sideways. So since we are trading futures, what we can do is, whenever both these super trends have the same color, which means both are pointing to the same direction, in that case we will take a trade. And whenever the direction reverses, they are giving opposite directions, in that case we will square off the trade, and we will not have any open position at that particular point of time. So now let's go to the Tradetron strategy builder and try to build this same logic, where we are checking for both the super trends, the slow and fast moving super trend, to be of the same color. If they are not of the same color, we'll square off, and if they are of the same color, we will take a trade. If the color inverts or changes direction, in that case we'll go to the opposite direction. So I've already built my strategy. As usual, I will share the link to this strategy in the description box, so that you can directly duplicate it, test it, modify it, and use it as per your requirement. Let's now understand what exactly is this strategy doing and the logic that I have built in it. So I have my entry conditions. So as at the bottom, I have basically two sets. One set is for my long trade. One set is for my short trade. Let's first understand the long trade logic, and then we will get into the short trade. So for my long trade, I basically want something like this to happen. So I basically need that my both the super trends, the slow moving super trend and the fast moving super trend, they both should be of the same color at the same time. So as you can see out here, my close is more than my super trend, and the close is also more than the other super trend, which is 7-1.5 and 10-3. So I'll basically have an entry condition out here which is set up, and my entry condition tells that first I have to check if my position detail is more than is zero, which basically tells me that there is no open position in my strategy at the moment. Second condition that I have made is that I'm checking if close is more than my super trend value. So this way I'm getting the color of the super trend. So if my close is here and the super trend is here, in that case the super trend will basically be green. So this is the logic that I'm making. Now you can see that I have used 5 minutes super trend and I'm checking the conditions in BFO SENSEX spot. So I have one condition checking if close is more than super trend 10.3, and the second condition is checking if super trend is more than 7.5. So 7 1.5. So if these two conditions are met, if all of these three conditions are met at the same time, in that case I will be taking a trade in my strategy. So now let's see what trade I will take when these conditions are met. So my position is basically one Sensex futures that I'm taking on current week expiry. And once this happens, I will basically take my entry into my Sensex futures trade. Second thing that I will do is that I will now check for my exit conditions. So after my entry, the next thing is the exit. Now, as per this logic, the exit basically has to happen at something like this. So let's say in case my super trend for the slow moving super trend becomes a different color, which means it becomes red, which means the close is basically less than the super trend. So let's say super trend is here and close is here in any one of the two. In that case, I will want to take an exit from my trade. So for that, I have my exit condition. Exit condition out here is basically if super trend is more and close is less for my long trade for either the 10.3 or the 7 1.5, which is denoted by my or condition out here. In that case, I will be taking my trade. Um, Once this happens, my conditions for my entry of set 2 and set 1 both will be checked continuously. Now my set 2 is exactly opposite. In set 2, I'm looking for my short condition. So let's say when something like this happens, where let's say both these super trends out here change to a red color, which means you can see the close is now less than the super trend. So super trend 7 1.5 and 10.3 are both here and my close value is here. In that case, I will basically want to take a trade. So this is the condition that I have built for it. It's pretty much the same thing as my set one condition. And my position builder out here is the same. I'm taking a futures short trade. Um, Finally, here is my exit logic that I have built. Again, the exit is pretty much a replica. So in case my something like this happens, where one super trend is basically green and the other is red, they both are not on the same page. In that case, I will exit my trade. So again, this is the condition that I have built for the same. Now I've added my universal exit conditions. So universal exit conditions is the condition that in case, let's say if today is my expiry, I don't want to hold this trade after like even after expiry. So in that case, I will basically have my today is equal to current week expiry condition, which will be true. And I will want to exit after let's say 320. So after 320, no other trade will be taken. So when both these two trades are triggered at the same, both these two conditions are triggered at the same time, in that case, my universal exit will be will remove me from my trade. And I also have my PNL conditions. So let's say if I have a 1,000 rupee target or whatever, you can change this target and stop loss based on your particular risk appetite, and you can proceed with like using the strategy if you like. Um, Finally, I have my advanced settings. So advanced settings are basically finally I have my advanced settings. Advanced settings are basically I'm taking a trade at market price. Now do remember that even though liquidity is high in Sensex, some brokers do not allow a market order to be fired for Sensex. So you will have to basically do away with a limit order. So you can just select LTP and best of bid ask or whatever, and execute your same trade with the Sensex futures and options. Um, Along with that, I have added a reactivation of 6 hours so that the next day my next entry will be triggered, and I have my checking as check continuously. Your capital you can check with the broker as for the exact margin required and add the capital, and you can use this strategy. So I hope this video on building the strategy with the technical indicators of a slow and fast moving indicator at the same time helped you. If there is anything that you want us to cover in future videos, drop it down in the comments, and we will be sure to take it up in the future videos. And if you have any strategy specific query, just message us at support@Tradetron.tech or on chat, and we would be happy to help you with it. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.